IEEE is the world's largest technical organization with 300 plus sections and 10 regions around the globe, working for the advancement of technology for the betterment of humanity. Its chapters and student branches keeps organizing mega events in the field of technology. IEEE ComSoc Lahore chapter organized a summit on artificial intelligence in information and communication in collaboration with KICS UET Lahore. And this is the second episode of that successful event held last year. For formally welcoming you all and proceedings the event, I would like to invite Dr. Waqar Mahmood. Dr. Waqar Mahmood holds leadership position in research and development organizations in the area of information technology and renewable energy. He has built vibrant R&D organization from ground up in these critical areas of technology. He is the founding member and director of Center for Energy and Research Development, CEROD, which is a leading research center in Pakistan for renewable technology development, energy system evaluation, component testing and validation, training and certification. He is currently serving as Sultan Qaboos IT Chair at UET Lahore. In addition, he is the director of Al-Khwarizmi Institute of Computer Sciences, Research and Development in UET Lahore. So without any further ado, I would like to invite him on stage. The stage is all yours, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Dr. Kazi, Dr. Yasin, members, researchers. Very good morning. Assalamu alaikum. This is a pleasure for me to be here. I think this is the second time now in almost 6 to 8 months time frame. Kashif is organizing these very useful events, especially after COVID sessions are over. These are useful who have traveled from other cities and other institutions and they are visiting UET Lahore. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to finally visit our research labs and talk to researchers, talk to PIs, and find out what the research is going on and where your interests are, so that we can do anything with our better nature, which is one of the main purposes of such events. From the perspective of Al-Khwarizmi Institute of Computer Sciences and from my IEEE perspective, I think Kashif and Jean will explain in great detail the thing that we have been able to achieve in UET Lahore. Is this center, which is now the largest center in Pakistan in ICT research, Al-Khwarizmi Institute of Computer Sciences, and it is a top center in terms of research output, in terms of projects, in terms of research strength, and researchers, different research areas, research labs. So this has taken the top position from that perspective in a number of areas. And then we also have from research perspective, national leadership in some of the important areas of ICT research. Before I get into those activities, I think from the perspective of artificial intelligence, I will start in the past 2-year time frame while working in the knowledge economy platform. We developed projects for improving the economic situation, especially the knowledge economy situation of the country, where we can have knowledge workers, those who are trained in advanced areas, and those who can do the research in advanced areas, and those who can earn very high return dollar amount by consulting and by providing the development services to local as well as international industries. So this is where the main strength of the country is youth. It's you yourself, those who are trained at the basic level. But what you need to do now is to get trained on the advanced levels in the areas which are of high demand worldwide. And once you get trained in those areas, you will earn the corresponding dollars, returns, money, which will help the economy of the country to grow. So it will not only help you, but it will also help the overall strength of the country. And this is where Pakistan has the greatest potential. Being an agrarian country, we have not been able to export anything from agriculture perspective. $200-300 million worth of fruits that we have exported so far every year. This is all. The other part is, of course, textile, which is based on cotton. But otherwise, the human resources, they have been earning for Pakistan. The diaspora of Pakistani experts working worldwide, they have been returning money at the to the country. So this is where Pakistan has the opportunity to improve its economy, improve the balance of payment, and come out of the problems that we have today. So the projects that we developed in knowledge economy were centers of excellence development in countrywide, in Lahore, Karachi, Islamabad, the big cities, and specifically on artificial intelligence. And those centers have been approved, and at this time, their feasibility is being conducted by the Ministry of Information and Technology. So the center will be established in these 3 cities. They will be graduate, postgraduate research centers, which will have MSc and PhD programs in the areas of artificial intelligence and their applications. For the students, for the faculty development, and then it will have technology parts where the industry can work very closely together with the faculty, and then it will have very large research funding available for the faculty and also for development of programs, research programs for country-wide participation. So those, I think, are very important developments which are going on in the country. I'm hoping that the political situation becomes stable and the projects which were approved, they get funded, and you all will have the opportunity to work from your perspective universities in those research areas and research funding which is becoming available. So with these quick words about the artificial intelligence horizon on the country, we have, in fact, from Ministry of IT perspective, have also proposed the central repositories for data. Since data is the oil for AI applications, we have to regulate AI from a policy perspective, from ethics and data security perspective. So those policy matters are also under discussion. And we have been contributing to federal government as well as provincial government in making those opportunities available for our youth under the policy guideline. So from a policy perspective, I'll just walk you through the center that we established in 2002. Almost 20 years ago now, we are at the 20th anniversary of this institute. This is the specialized R&D center. We had some seed money that was provided by the government of Punjab at that time, and then we started off working above that. We have over time established about 20 different research labs within the center. They cover almost all areas of advanced areas of artificial intelligence as well as ICTs. Specifically, looking at the 4th industrial revolution, now we are talking about 5th industrial revolution. So technologies which are commonplace in those areas are of special focus in the center. So over time, we have earned the status of resource center for the Islamic world. There was a survey conducted by the OIC with the Islamic Development Bank and HAC, and Al-Khwarizmi Institute of Computer Sciences came out to be the top institute in ICT research, and now we are a resource center for Islamic world. So we can provide services to the Islamic countries under the auspices of Islamic Development Bank and OIC. We have already started working with Gambia, where we are establishing an MSc program in computer sciences for them. In addition, we are also going to provide them the technical services for the design and implementation of their IT network infrastructure in the data center. This is what we received as a project from Islamic Development Bank under this OIC platform. And we are also working with some other countries where we can provide our services. So this is where we can in fact internationalize the research and activity which is going on here in the UAE. Then by the British Council, there was another survey conducted under the auspices of HAC, and there we were also declared as a center of excellence, which is Pioneer Research Center, which is a paradigm shift in university research. Reason being that we are conducting research to address local problems. So our focus is not really research for the sake of research or publishing research. Our focus is to use that knowledge, from wherever we have been and apply it for local problem solving so that we can have simpler, easy, and cheaper solution for our own problem rather than spending very expensive foreign exchange for importing those problems from abroad. These are major accomplishments over the years. These have we have more than 2 billion worth of rupees of funding that we have gained through large number of sources. We have diversified in every possible way. So we have tried and received funding from local resources, which is Higher Education Commission with different programs, NRPU, PDF, LCF, with various programs, and then Center of Excellence programs. And then we have Ignite, the ICT R&D Fund. Then we have international organizations like UNIDO, GIZ, World Bank, Islamic Development. And then we also work with the Government of Punjab Energy Department, Safe City Authority, Punjab Energy Efficiency Conservation Agency, and so on. So these are various resources from where we have received funding through competitive bidding. When we, from a snapshot perspective, we generally have 14 projects going on at any time in our various labs. We have large projects, we have delivered more than 100. And then we are submitting almost 50 proposals every year. And then we have, in fact, had publication about 25. So you notice that publication is our second priority. Our first priority is problem solving. And then we conduct a lot of seminars like the one we are conducting today. We have two large international conferences which are high quality now prestigious conferences of with IEEE background with their technical co-sponsorship. So we have ICOST, which is Open Source Systems and Technologies International Conference, and the other conference is International Conference on Energy Conservation and Efficiency. So we conduct those every year. Then we have startup activity going on within the business and technology incubation. 20 companies we register every year. Then we provide research training and also technical training using various technology that are being developed in various labs here. So having this expertise available, we try and help provide students like yourself training opportunities so that you can within 1 week to 6 months time frame, you can gain that knowledge. You can come and join those programs. Then we have many collaborations which are happening every year. And then we provide consultancy services in ICTs and in energy. So this is how we are organized. We have a number of research labs which provide services from the perspective of providing thesis advice. So we have students from undergraduate programs. They also come to Quasar Institute various labs for getting their final year project registered, and they get the technical advice from the labs. They also have masters and PhD students. They come to our labs. Then at advanced technology centers, they are providing their other activities, professional development and incubation. These are a number of labs that are listed, which I've just mentioned. So in addition to technology main centers and training centers, we have about 20 plus research labs, and the list is over here. So they generally cover the ICT areas, communication, technologies, AI technologies, software systems, power systems, automation. This is our one center, which is the only one single center under one roof. We have all 4 centers of excellence, which were yes, I think there's some disturbance over there. Yeah, okay. Okay. So these 4 centers were established by Planning Commission and Higher Education Commission in 2018, and they have labs in a number of universities. So we are the single center in overall country where we have all 4 labs available. So the National Center for Artificial Intelligence, you will notice that how many various institutes are involved in setting up this Center for Artificial Intelligence. And we have representatives from some of the labs here today who are going to help you with the research they are conducting. They will make you aware of the work going on. Dr. Usman Ghani is the PI for the research lab under Artificial Intelligence Center, and he will speak to you today as well. Then Data Center, National Center of Big Data and Cloud Analytics. You notice that there is a large number of universities which are part of it. Then we have National Center for Cybersecurity and also National Center for Robotics. And we will notice that these centers are providing very, I think, favorable opportunity to collaborate within the university these labs collect their output, and then through their annual program and their quarterly, 6 monthly programs, they get together and they exchange ideas and they present their research. And this is one of those activities that we are conducting here on artificial intelligence, where some of these labs which are available in Lahore, in nearby areas, they have come together here to provide you the background and activities that they are conducting. From robotics perspective, this is the work that we are conducting. It's exoskeleton robots, assistive robots, which are being developed. This is headed by Dr. Ali Reza, who is the chair of mechatronics department in UT Lahore. So I was there yesterday, and some of these processes, equipment are available now. They are being tested. So you're welcome to visit the lab and see these devices in live form with your own eyes. The big data center, we have language engineering lab under the NCBC center. Here we are developing various applications for from natural language computerization perspective. So natural language processing is one main area of research in the National Center for Language Engineering in UT Lahore. This center has been working for many years now. So we have a complete suite of applications which will help you use computer and information technology in local language. So what we have been able to do is we have developed fonts a few years ago. Then we have been able to develop dictionaries. Then we have developed the application of analysis of the language from the perspective of semantic analysis. Then we have developed applications for text-to-speech conversion, speech to text in Urdu. So speech synthesis and speech recognition is been taken care of. And now we are actually at the process of having live chat possibility, where you can speak in your own language with computer and get the responses. This center has been providing also data analytics in Urdu text that is available online. So we have developed an Urdu search engine, which is the name is Hamkana. You can go and view that. So it provides you proper searches for Urdu content, which is available online. And then we also provide analytics of Urdu language newspapers, clips that are available online, and also Urdu tweets that are available. So this is a live system which is available, which provides you the analysis of those tweets. Not in the perspective alone that where and how where the tweets are coming from, but they're actual NLP-based analysis. So it can give you the sentiments and it can give you the likes and dislikes. So it gives you very sophisticated demographic analysis of the sentiments around political parties, around projects, around individuals, and so on. So this is a very important tool for different companies to understand how much their brand is being liked or disliked, and so on. So you can use that using the Urdu content. English content stuff is available. So wherever the Urdu content is and you cannot analyze, our services are available and you can analyze. This is the National Center in the area of artificial intelligence, which Dr. Usman is looking after. So he has divided his activities into 3-4 different areas. So he is focused on bioinformatics, which is application of genomes and sequencing, drug discovery, and some also pathology levels where he is doing the vision analysis of X-rays and ultrasounds and so on. And then computer vision and machine learning, which is more on the security applications. Then the data science lab, which is in the area of energy, is more focuses on energy and text, and then software systems research lab. He will speak about the research that he is conducting today. These are some of the pictures of the projects that he is conducting. These are like defining face recognition while wearing a mask and using face recognition for attendance, for example. And then during the time of COVID, the distance was required to be measured. So these are the kind of things that we've done. Then we have working with the Safe City Authority. We have developed applications for them for the analysis of cameras that they have deployed. 8,000 cameras are deployed all across the city. The analysis that they were looking for was in the form of identifying the vehicles, their make, their model, their color, and then counting them in this trace that vehicle in the city at any location. Then their application is that we need to read the number plate through the number plate recognition system, and then check it with the FIA report, and then find out if there is a number plate which is of a stolen car or of any other issue. So you can highlight that and then start tracing that car. And then we also like to get the information about pedestrians, especially if there are mobs getting together somewhere, if there are some other vandalism or other activities going on. So those are all getting identified through vision applications. So they are being conducted. Plus, they also are asking us to provide them the environmental data. Environmental sensors are very expensive and they're very few. There are only three, from the EPA perspective, only three environmental sensors in Lahore. Lahore is one of the worst environmental polluted city in the whole world, to be honest, and in Lahore. So the environmental data sensing is very important project, and we have tried to work with different companies. We have also worked on developing our own sensors, and we're helping state city authority in improving the data that is becoming available from these sensors. So we're also using vision to determine the environmental deteriorated conditions, especially the dust and smoke and fog. This can be classified using vision. Then we have developed another training program for universities in Punjab, where we have given them training on microelectronics, which is the design activity using the design tools for developing chip designs. This is an area from electrical engineering perspective. Those who have background in electrical, they will know that this is one of the most advanced areas, which is neglected areas in Pakistan. We have not worked in chip design industry, whereas our individual students, they have all the capability, but they are not given the proper training, especially using those tools, which are very expensive. So we developed a program for Government of Punjab, and then we were able to receive some funding for providing the tools, software, and hardware to 8 universities in Punjab. And then we provided them training using some of our own resources and also UET diaspora, some of the UET alumni, which are in US and working in design industry. We were able to use their services and provide training to 8 universities in Punjab. So now we have that capacity available in Pakistan. It's starting to build. With the help of the trainings that we conducted last year, we have 3 companies already established in Lahore. There is one in Islamabad. There are 2 in Karachi, and we are hoping that there are more industries in the design area will set up in Pakistan. So this is how we help the local economy. We help the area of neglect, and also provide the job opportunities to students. Electrical engineering students after graduation, they have been having hard time finding jobs, especially in the power area. They can always participate in these trainings. They have to go through some of the courses like the digital logic design, initial level. They need to have that background, and then they can get training on these tools, and they can become very productive very quickly. So after 6 months long training, an individual can earn up to $2,000 per month on these tools. And then we work very closely with Huawei. Huawei is also going to be part of this program today. They have really taken the lead in coming up with specialized architecture for artificial intelligence-based edge computing. They will explain it to you today. We have been working with them for many years now. We started working with them in 2003-04 when we established the Huawei Center in UET Lahore. You're welcome to visit that center. We have, in the beginning, in the initial period, we had the GSM network, telecommunication network that was made available from Huawei. Then we converted that and progressed towards the data communication network that technologies were becoming available in 2008 and 9. Then we have the Advanced Academy in Pakistan, specialized in Pakistan, most Advanced Academy here. And now we are helping other universities in Pakistan to establish academies for training on advanced areas using Huawei architecture and background. So if you look here, this is a forum which was established by Higher Education Commission. UET Lahore was made the vice chair of the overall program. And then we were asked to help universities all across country establish these academies. So we have been able to establish academies here. You can notice those. And these are some other academies that we are developing. So far, we have established almost 45 academies countrywide. Our target is to reach 60 within this year. These are our international investor partners of the institute. You can notice that they are all across in power sector, in IT, in software. And these are our industrial partners. Where we have academic partners, local and international. And then we have also developed the ICT solution, especially the student lifecycle solution for universities, especially the public sector universities in Pakistan. So we started off with Unity of Lahore itself using an open source tool. So this is, I think, few activities of that tool. This is an open source which really help you go towards a automated solution without the cost of licenses, especially the expensive licenses that you need from if you have SAP or Oracle solution. They are very expensive. In this case, there is no license fees, only the service charges that you pay to the developers, and there's no other license fee involved. So this has been very successful. After deploying it in Unity Lahore, we have been able to deploy it in many other universities in Pakistan. These are the affiliated colleges and other universities where we have deployed the open source, not only the LMS and CMS complex management system, but also the ERP, having the accounting availability as well. So from I think computer perspective, this is something which Kashif you will explain. So these are the benefits which are available from IEEE, and Kashif will explain that. So with these, I think quick remarks from the institute perspective and the opportunities that we bring to you, those students, so that you have a useful time today. I leave now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing all this knowledge with us. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Kashif Bashir, who is Chair of IEEE Communication Society and Vice Chair of IEEE Lahore Section. He is working in UET Lahore since 2002. He organized first seminar on Punjab IT policy and action plan in 2006. He served as manager of UTEC from 2007 to 2014. Now he is working as manager training in KICS UET Lahore. He is the founder of IEEE ComSoc Summer School in Region 10. He has also been a part of organizing bodies of many well-reputed international conferences such as ICOST, ICECE, ICIC, and INMIC. So without any further ado, I would like to invite him on stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Dr. Waqar Mahmood, respected Mohammad Rahman Shahid and Mubin from University of Faisalabad, respected Dr. Yasir Saab, Dr. Wajahat Qazi Saab, Dr. Adnan Abid, or Dr. Nan Saab. My name is Kashif Bashir. I am Vice Chair of the IEEE Law Section and Chair of the IEEE Communication Society. Thanks for joining the second episode of the Summit on AI in Information and Communication 2022, organized by IEEE ComSoc Lahore Chapter and KICS UET Lahore. I will briefly share the history of the IEEE Communication Society. IEEE Communication Society was founded in 1952. Later on in 1972, it started its operation as the Independent Society of IEEE. So IEEE ComSoc have 200 plus members in 142 countries, and it have 24,000 members worldwide. ComSoc produces 34 industry application publication annually and 43 international conferences. IEEE GlobeCon, IEEE ICC are the major conferences of the IEEE ComSoc. I would like to encourage you to be IEEE ComSoc member. There are many benefits for you. You can access journal, IEEE ComSoc magazine, attend conferences, workshops, seminars on discounted rates. You can also participate in the international student competition. First prize is 2,000 USD and ticket to attend the GlobeCon International Conference. This year, the GlobeCon Conference will be held in Spain. IEEE ComSoc Lahore Chapter student member participated in IEEE ComSoc International Competition. Two ComSoc student member honorary mentioned in the 2021 ComSoc student competition. The competition name was Communication Technology Changing the World. The name of the student are Miss Alina and Sheikh Tanveer from UET Lahore. So they are 14 students worldwide. They won the competition, and from Pakistan, there are only 2 students who won this competition. Only mentioned in the international competition. So the other students were from India, Israel, Australia, and other New Zealand. So in 2021, it was very good news from Pakistan. The 2 students won this prestigious competition from UET Lahore. So now we talk about the today's event. We have witnessed the fast development of the various artificial intelligence technologies, and many forms of information and communication system with AI are becoming core part of our daily lives. With the proliferation of future information and communication electronic devices, there is a fast growing interest in the information and communication technology with AI. This summit promotes artificial intelligence application areas of cognitive machines, business applications, robotics in agriculture and industry, cloud computing, machine translation, and video surveillance. At the end, I would also thank all guest participants for becoming part of the AI Summit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the closing message. Now, moving on towards the first module of this summit, that is Artificial Intelligence in Cognitive Machines, Academic and Industrial Applications by Dr. Wajahat Qazi, who is the Assistant Professor and in charge, Intelligent Machines and Robotics Department of Computer Science, CUI Lahore. So, sir, the stage is all yours.
Can you hear me at the back? Perfect. So I'm Dr. Wajahat. Primarily, I'm from academia. I'm having a assistant professor position in ComSets, and I'm also involved in a number of vice chair for IEEE Robotics and Autonomous Society. It's a joint chapter across Pakistan, which involves Islam and all those sections. So, heading a startup with the name of Special Solutions. We have 4 business models. We have our own products, which I'll be talking about them later in my presentation. We are doing projects. We have resource augmentation, and we are also doing some funded research for industry involving academia also. So these are the various segments in which we are working, primarily from computer science point of view, working with AI applications, and we're also providing solutions for based on Industry 4.0 and so on. So today I'll be discussing about cognitive machines. So I started this project back in, I guess, 2015, 2005 basically, when I was working in government college. And since that time, I'm working on this area from research point of view. So for the last couple of 2 or 3 years, I have started involving myself into industry also, and taking those successful artifacts which we develop in research back into the industry. So normally what people think is that it's not possible when we talk about theoretical models in research and taking them into industry. So this is a very interesting journey which I had. So when we talk about AI, there are 3 very critical areas for which there is very limited solutions are available. The big challenge in AI. So if I ask the audience, let it be an interactive section, what are the major challenges which AI is facing at this time? किसी को कोई idea है? Major challenges. अगर ये solve हो जाते हैं ना, AI आ जाए. So I'm from AI and I'm working in AI since 2000, and I'm saying that अभी AI नहीं है. Okay? So I'm asking that the actual quench of AI वो क्या है? जब वो 3 चीजें solve हो जाए. Idea. Normally we say data का problem है, ये है वो no. 3 things. Mark कर लें, I, man. The day when the machines are going to realize what they are, and they start asking the question about themselves, who am I? That is the beginning of intelligence. Number two, co-presence. Just imagine a scenario where two friends are talking about the third person. The third person is walking and he stands behind you guys and he listens that you two people are talking about that person in a negative way. So what he will do? He will start getting himself embarrassed and he will say, what is this? He's trying to make a polite, it's a very polite way to make those two people realize that he's there or she is there. This is called co-presence. My laptop is there. Saying, this machine is getting slow and slow. There's no realization. But the time when your laptop is going to say, that means there's a co-presence. Third, the most critical thing, subjectivity. Whatever the AI which we are building today is objective in nature. Whatever the data you provide them, they get themselves trained on that thing, and you try to force them to learn what you want them to learn. But this is not intelligence. This is just simply data crunching in a very sophisticated way, in a very smart way. For example, your mom is a data scientist. Sorry to use this metaphor. So she's doing many dishes for you guys. So they are like, just imagine they are so one would be like the neural network architecture is same. The programmer, the genetic code is same, which is being transferred from parents. Why don't say the mom doesn't say are we giving this machine to make their own opinions? So unless and until we don't bring these two very components into the machines, we can't claim that there is a realistic, or at least a metaphorically intelligence over there. So this brings us into the cognitive abilities in order to put consciousness into machines, where we can address these components: subjectivity, awareness, and the person semantics, which I've already mentioned. So since 2005, I've been trying to develop an agent called Neha, a nature-inspired humanoid agent, in which our objective is to answer this question from a certain point of view: can we build machines with certain degree of consciousness? So these three characteristics, subjectivity, the idea of self-awareness, the I component, are basically the primarily basic components of being conscious. So this is the architecture which we have developed over the period of time, which we are trying to implement. So for last couple of